Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Timbo, what's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Thanks for taking, you were all over that, dude. Thanks for everything you do for the community and especially the Discord stuff, man. You were all over that, man. Appreciate it. I'm good, man. I'm good, yeah. Just trying to finish waking up, you know? Trying to finish waking up, man. Hope your day's been well, man. You already do all your educational stuff. Yeah, cool, man. No worries. Like I said, it's not like a rush, man. It was just something that I didn't realize we probably should take care of, man. And so that's why it came up last night. So I just figured I would hit you up and see if you could get on it at some point. It wasn't a rush, man, but dude, I appreciate it. Yeah. English mock exam? Word. Cool. Hope it went well, man. Hope it went well. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, so we'll do more Warframe today, and then we will, be preparing for diving into Dredge tomorrow. A bit of a Lovecraftian, boating, fishing, RPG, horror vibe, sea monster experience. It looks pretty cool, man. I'm excited to start playing it tomorrow. But we'll get one more day. It doesn't drop until tomorrow, so we won't be able to start playing it until then. So today is more Warframe, which is cool, man. I've been having fun in Warframe, so we'll keep doing that. I'm sure we'll probably get some gameplay in with some community members and friendos today and some Warframe stuff. And then we'll play Drudge for Thursday and Friday. Saturday, I think Saturday is going to be a down day for the stream. I'll confirm that probably by tomorrow, but I think Saturday is going to be a fully down day for the stream, unfortunately. Just got some life stuff going on, and that's probably going to be the case. But I'll confirm that with you guys tomorrow. But before we can get into the gaming stuff today, you know what we got to do? The video gaming news, baby. So let's go ahead and hop in there. Let's start getting that going. This is what we're listening to this morning. Bullets per Minute, if you're not familiar, this is an amazing indie rhythm-based first-person shooter with roguelite implements in it, and it's got a very cool art style and a great soundtrack too. So highly recommend. Check it out. Very, very cool game. Very good music. All right. Go ahead and get into the news. See what we got. Let's go, baby. Let's go to Bo. Or else. Yo, you know what's funny is like, here we go again. So yesterday we touched on the fact that I think it was Ubi, right? Ubi has now decided to back out of E3. Yeah. Yeah, where's the emote, dude? Where's the emote? Where's the new emote at, dude? You can't put that You know what I mean? There you go. You got to use that too, right? Yeah, man. So, like I said, I've kind of been alluding to the fact that I had a pretty good idea that E3 would not continue to be the convention, the showcase, there you go, dude, that it had once been, or that it had been for, roughly the past 2 decades, if you will. If you're not familiar with what E3 is a giant, or had been, let's state it that way. There you go, dude. Had been a giant tech and gaming convention and showcase platform for many of the leading developers for technology and gaming in the industry, right? And unfortunately, over the past 3 years, when the pandemic hit, E3 got shut down. They've had a hard time getting it established and going again for one reason or another. And the past couple of years, they've said, we're going to have it. And then right before it's supposed to take place, they shut it down. They cancel it again. what this has resulted in is many, all of these leading developers or basically the entire gaming industry has had to find other ways to showcase their products, their in development products and things like that they're trying to promote and hype up and show off. They've had to find their own methods of showing that with their collaborators, publishers, things like that, publishers and developers, and so now we're approaching June. We're not too far from June, and this is going to be potentially, year 4 of E3 not happening. Which again, they're in the situation of E3 going, we're definitely having it this year. We're definitely having it, and this is what they've done the past 2 years too. We're definitely having E3, and then right before it happens, they cancel it. What that has done is basically put a lot of these developers and publishers in a really, really bad spot where they don't, they're scrambling to try to find a way to still show off their products, still get their showcases taken care of, because it's important in the industry, right? Well, I've kind of called this, I think that a lot of developers, especially big developers and big publishers are kind of finished with E3 because what this has done historically now is push them into a corner of having them find their own ways to showcase their products, right? And so we already saw probably a little over a month ago, maybe around a month ago, that the major console players of Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox all said we will not be part of E3 this year, right? And we'd seen some other developers go, okay, well, we will be part of E3. Ubisoft, some other ones, but now it came out yesterday that Ubisoft has backed out of E3. Sega is now saying they're going to skip E3, and I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. Even if E3 happens, basically what has taken place over the past 3 years with them saying they're going to have the showcase again, the convention again, and then canceling it last minute has hurt their reputation pretty bad. And a lot of these developers and publishers can't count on the fact that E3 will actually take place. Well, I can't wait to see you pick me up, dude, in that shaggy dog van and with my tuxedo, bro. So let's go. All right, with a smoothie, of course. What's up, buddy? What's up, Wick? So here's just another one. We saw yesterday. I think we saw that Ubi had backed out. Unless I'm misremembering. Let me pull that up. I thought we saw that yesterday. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So Ubisoft is now saying they will not attend E3, but they're going to host their own event, which is what all these companies have been doing on their own anyways, because of, again, what I just covered, basically. So now Sega's saying they're going to skip as well, and we'll cover that. Basically, the past 2 to 3 years, they've all been showcasing their own products anyways. They've kind of seen that they don't need E3 anymore, and so I don't see E3 ever being the same. I mean, this was E3 was always something that we waited on every year for the summer, right? This was the big event to showcase everything every summer. It was like E3 for the past 2 decades or more, over that, and well over that actually, and so now it's more we just get like the entire, like, from the end of the first week of June through the second week of June, we're getting a plethora of just individual showcases that come to the table that we're able to watch streamed live, and wait, what? What do you mean they don't work? Tabo, I see your emotes. Yeah, I see your emotes, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Um, E3 isn't canceling because E3 doesn't want to or can't do it. They just have no participants because they all say no. Well, again, I mean, I think that's probably what the and again, it's not just gaming though. You know, I mean, this is so I don't know. You quite possibly right. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think I think that's probably more the case now than it was like probably the second year, you know? So at this point, I think, and if they do cancel this year, there's probably a lot more potential that that's the reason behind it, right, Wick? Um, I don't know what's going on then, Tabo. I see your emotes, dude. I don't know why you don't see them. Obviously, I mean, if it's set up right, you might. Are you on a browser? You on a browser, probably, right? Well, yeah, because the Twitch app isn't even a thing anymore, right? So, um, I don't know, man. Did the there was an update for the 7 TV stuff here lately. Did all that get updated for your browser? That might be causing an issue. You might have to look into that. Maybe restart. That might help. Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, you. I think the thing that's tough to say about that is like we're only seeing the gaming side of things too, because E3 has not traditionally just been a gaming convention. That's been a big part of it, but it's a big tech convention too. And I don't know how much of the tech side of things are in the same boat. Like, are there the same amount of big companies that are like, no, we're not doing any E3 anymore. We'll do our own thing, or are there still a lot that are committed? You know, I don't know what the situation is there, but you're quite possibly right, dude. But here's my thing. I don't think it was probably that. Obviously, a lot of companies and people were understanding of why that like first and probably second year wasn't really a thing. Why that wasn't taking place. You know, the pandemic was a real scary situation. There were a lot of regulations coming down state to state here in the U.S. And I don't know exactly what California's were, but that's where this takes place every year. E3 is always in L.A. and I know LA was pretty strict of being able to hold public conventions and stuff, and that was a part of it. But once a lot of those restrictions got lifted, E3 still wasn't happening. And it's quite possible that maybe a big part of it was they didn't have enough commitment from these companies to make it worth their while. I don't know. It's worth looking into, probably. You know, whatever the case may be, um, E3 is still trying to say that they're going to hold an event this year, and we're having certain big companies go, we're not going to be a part of it out the gate. And now we're having other companies commit initially and then back out, you know? Um, so I think the more we see of the big developers and publishers that are not willing to be a part of E3, the more potential there is for E3 to just probably not happen anymore, you know? And I think that you kind of nailed it there, dude. But I don't know if that was as much of the issue, you know, in year two and year three, maybe even. I would need to go back and take a look at exactly how many of the big companies were actually willing to be a part of E3 last year before they actually shut it down and said we're not going to do it. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's worth looking into because you bring up a good point, man. But we'll read on this. I think one of the things I've noted though is like I don't think E3 did themselves, and we've talked about this before. I know you brought that up before, Wick, and we've talked about it, and it's a good point. But I don't think that E3 did themselves any favors. You know, obviously they've always been a in-person physical convention kind of thing, but in this day and age, and the situation they found themselves in with the pandemic, obviously, it's understandable that first year having that convention shut down and not happen. But they didn't do themselves any favors moving forward with not being able to um, kind of evolve and provide some kind of nice digital platform to allow these companies to still provide a place to hold E3, even if it wasn't going to be in person, to still provide some platform for E3 to live and thrive, and for businesses to still be a part of it. That way E3 could continue to grow for the future and be a place, so whenever it was easier for them to hold in person again, they could do the in-person stuff and have the digital platform for people to watch live wherever they are. And so, like, they didn't do that. And I think that was one of the big things that hurt them in the long run too. Whereas all these other companies were like, well, fine, if E3 is not happening, we'll just digitally showcase all our stuff, and that's what they've all done. And now they've seen that it's easier for them to do that rather than to, maybe be a part of E3. And so they're like, well, we'll just do our own thing again. At least that's the way it seems to me. I mean, they're trying to make it that way. We'll see how it goes for Netflix. So far, I think they've done a pretty good job. Bro, how many different kinds of digital coins are there now? Digital currency. Know what I mean? It's like, yo, Bitcoin's lost value. Let's come up with another one that we can. Let's make another fake currency, and let's set a price for it that people will buy into at a higher price. What is that command, dude? Hold on. Is it? It might be emotes. There you go, dude. There you go. I might need to take a look at that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, man? We talked about this yesterday. Um, so I didn't even know that Steam was still supporting Windows 7 and 8. But if you didn't know, we hit on this yesterday. I'll just tell you right now. If you're playing Steam on a Windows 7 or 8 platform operating system, you need to change over to something more current. You'll need to be on Windows 10 or 11 by the beginning of, I'm talking January 1st of 2024, or Steam will not work on your operating system anymore. Prime Boss Rock Case City is now available exclusively through Epic Game Store. Oh, no way, dude. Last of Us PC gets negative reviews due to performance. Jesus, dude. Why is it so hard? Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of the cryptocurrency stuff is just a big scam. They get enough people to buy into it to go, oh, they get enough people to buy into the premise of it having a real life monetary value. And I know what crypto is. I know how it works, and I know that the digital, like the data mining process behind it. So I understand how there can be, but a lot of what cryptocurrency actually is that, like, getting people to buy into the premise of it actually having some kind of real world monetary value. And that's why it's fluxed up and down so hard all the time. And you get all these different flipping currencies that come out, man. And to me, it's just actually asinine. I see it all the time. There's like a new one and a new one and a new one and a new one and a new one. It's like, Jesus. What shows I watching here recently? God, I was watching some show. It might have been Evil. Oh, okay, yeah, I will, dude. Yeah, there's a show called Evil, and I was watching that, and there's a lady that gets put into a position in an office, and it's like, hey, we just created this new Bitcoin, this new digital currency, and right now it's selling at, like, it was like roughly $20 a pop, But what we need you to do is find a way to get everybody to buy into the fact that this should be selling for $75. You know what I mean? It's like that literally is like the way a lot of it goes, you know? Check this out, dude. Oh, dude, that looks good, bro. Nice. Yeah, buddy. All right. All right. I like, dude. I like. Yeah. Discord's getting crazy, dog. It's like got all these animated things on it now and stuff. It's super wild. Hold on. There we go. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it, dude. That looks really good, man. Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. Did your browser stuff fix the emote situation, dude? Yeah, I know too. I know I need to get some more emotes put in, man. Yeah. I know you guys need the kappas in here. I know that. Oh, okay, yeah. Let me know. Yeah. All right. Why Starfield is Xbox's most important game ever. All right. Let's see what this article has to say. Fortnite update 24.10 patch notes. Take a look at those. Updates on Project Sirius from some Witcher stuff. Take a look at that. Tabo will be stoked. Redfall hasn't hit yet, right? No. I think these are like no. Yeah, I was gonna say we're a little bit away. Somebody got an early taste of it. We'll wait. We'll wait until it drops before we start looking at reviews and stuff for this. I'm not gonna dive into that. Yo, Mamzelle, what's up? Yeah, we're still working. Yeah, don't worry. To I mean, we just He just started. Dude, I just asked him to start working on it last night. So it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I didn't even expect him to already have that much done, man. I just was like, yo, can we take a look at trying to get some stuff done? And I woke up this morning and he already had a ton of stuff done. So um, it was, I was surprised that he had already gotten that much done. I wasn't expecting it. Nintendo emulator Dolphin is coming to Steam this year. What? Oh, okay. Oh, you do, dude. You do. Yeah. Mamzelle, what's up? Good morning. How are you? Man caught obviously smuggling CPUs under his clothes? What? All right, hold on. What are you smuggling CPUs for? Tired? I'm sorry. They caught me. Wick's like, dude, I just need to. I got to stockpile all these at my house for the occasion that I might want to build a computer years down the line. There might be a point in the future that I decide I might actually want to build a PC, and I need all the parts I can get my hands on. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday too. So Microsoft's no longer going to be doing the $1 a month trial for Game Pass. A lot of people will be a bit, disgruntled about that, but they've been doing that for a while. Yeah, there you go. They've been doing that for a while. We hit on this yesterday, but ultimately, I think what people need to understand is that was always a marketing ploy. That was always a marketing ploy to get people in and try out their subscription service. Their subscription service is very, very good, and it was a good marketing scheme to get people in there and try it out and try to keep them into their subscription service. Now, what they're doing is while they're getting rid of that, they're implementing and they're rolling out the friends and family plan, which is very right now seems to be a very good deal. If you can get 4 other people to buy into a friends or family plan for Game Pass Ultimate, it'll cost you roughly half of what an individual plan would. Or they're going to be rolling out a lower tier subscription model that will cost less, but you'll have to deal with some ads. And you won't get day one releases until 6 months after they drop. So they're rolling out some options, some other options for people. Is it going to make up for how much people liked the $1 1 month trial stuff? No, but they're trying to still cater to some different, give different options to people to keep them on the service and appeal to different people for different price points and budgets and things like that. Cookie made a mess with her food, got her interactive games to feed her, left it on the floor not eating, so it's gonna wait for her. Looking at me like I'm being. What's crazy is like, if you've ever seen one of those dogs that just like plows through food, it like so fast it'll make them sick. I mean, any kind of cats will do it too. Have you seen those crazy like bowls they make where um, it can either be like you have to train the animal to actually hit a button and it'll pop out like a couple pieces of food at a time, so they have to eat slower. Or there's like a ball that will roll around, so it like makes it harder for them to eat while they're like um, trying to dig for the food and stuff like that. So they can only get a little bit at a time. It's crazy. They've come up with some really inventive, creative ways to prevent animals from gorging themselves too fast, which often makes pets throw up from eating too fast. It's pretty crazy. Yo, Kayla, what's up? She just wants to ball, dude. That's the way our pug was. Ball all the time, just ball. Ball was life, dude. Ball was life. I can't wait to watch this. Was it drop Friday or something? I think. Pretty interested in seeing this show. Yeah, E3 is possibly dead as of today. Let's look at this. We'll put this up here. This we've been talking about this a lot, and I mean, I again, I kind of called this to an extent. We'll see what this article has to say about it. Goblin Slayer game trailer sets release date window. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, if you guys didn't see this yesterday, we watched it yesterday. I mean, I guess we could watch it today in the news too, because we watched it yesterday after the news. There was a showcase that happened by Nintendo, and I'll pull this up. We can watch it together. There's some showcase, like a 10-minute showcase for some gameplay, some new gameplay mechanics that happened for Tears of the Kingdom. A stuffed ferret? Oh no, where's Ferret at? Uh-oh. Where's Ferret at? He's usually in here by now. Dude, we'll watch this. They've got some pretty cool incorporations going on for this. Uh, bro. Jesus, Doug. Why can't I find that, dude? What's happening? There we go. um, it's pretty crazy. They've got this whole fuse mechanic in the game where you can take basically like all kinds of items in the game and just fuse them together. So you can take like a stick and a rock. It'll show at the beginning of the showcase, and you just turn like a stick into more of like a hammer with a rock, so it gets more durability. It has more attack power, to the extent of actually taking even a an eye that you get off of like certain monster drops. A monster part like an eye, and you can attach it to an arrow. And when you shoot, it turns it into a homing arrow. There's all kinds of wild stuff, and then you can create vehicles and stuff in the game. It's really wild. Rafts. You can make rafts that have like fans on them and everything. It's kind of crazy. And we'll watch it. We'll watch it. We watched it yesterday again, but we'll watch it. We didn't see it in the news segment. It's not part of yesterday's news segment, so we'll watch it today. That way, everybody can take a look. No spoilers. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Tabo. You talking about the Kappa stuff, dude? For sure. That's what I was wondering if you guys had the ability to do that, because I think Pinky's got just as much rights in there as you do. Jeez, bro. Oh, jeez, what? But I didn't know if there was something. If you can't get it done, dude, I'll try to get it taken care of today. Okay. Dude, I've been streaming really long here lately, a lot, and then I've had like basically to just stop streaming, slam some food, and then I've been bouncing out to do family stuff. Man, we've had a lot of family stuff going on here lately, so I just haven't had very much time. But let me know, dude. If you can't get it in there, then I can hook it up. Hope today goes by quickly. I hope it does too for you, Kayla. I know my day is gonna go quick, man. My days have been going really fast playing Warframe. Fallout show seemingly wraps filming. That's cool, man. So we'll see Fallout probably. So what they're gonna have to do is get all the editing down and things like that. But the filming's wrapped. So that means we're not gonna be too far away from seeing the adaptation of Fallout, which will be hopefully good. So make us some eggs, dude. I am hungry. I am hungry. A Nintendo 3DS game is being rescued from the eShop, baby. Dude, I love mine like that too. Oh, dude, Kayla, I'm sorry. That sucks. I understand that kind of pain, man. Battlefield 2042 update 4.1 .0. Take a look at that. Street Fighter 6 gameplay video shows Cammy. Okay. I'm not going to hit on the Redfall first impression stuff yet. As we get some more stuff that comes out around Redfall, we'll start taking a look at it. This game does not actually drop for the public for another month. Okay. And so I think what's important here is a lot of critics are going to be getting this on different platforms and things like that. And some are going to be like, okay, that's what I'm waiting for. A more thorough look at some different platform play and stuff like that to see what we're going to be getting. Because not just gameplay wise, but performance wise, you know? So I'm going to wait just saying, this is the first time I've seen any kind of first impression thing with Redfall. And as we get closer to the release date, so the beginning of May, we will we'll get some more of that, and I'll start taking a look at it. Yeah, I know, Kayla. I'm sorry. What is this? Virtual tabletop service. Virtual D&D play? Yo, let's take a look at that. All right, let's stick with these. Stick with these. Yeah, I mean, I actually got diagnosed. So, I've been lucky enough. So, I have a sibling that has dealt with migraines, for a very long time. Constant migraines, debilitating migraines. So, happy. What's up, dude? That's funny. So I've known for quite a long time how rough they could be, not on a personal level, but just because of somebody close to me. And then um, over, I mean, a number of years ago, not too many, but I started getting some chronic headache issues, which evolved into I got diagnosed with migraines as well, and luckily I've been able to work with some providers that we've been able to manage it to a point where I don't deal with the migraines nearly as often as I used to, and I feel very fortunate because They're terrible, man. I would never wish migraines on anybody. It's so gross. It hurts, and it really does. It makes you not want to do anything. I mean, it basically just shuts you down, quite often. So I still deal with headaches to an extent, but they're not quite as bad as I was once dealing with, and the migraines are minimal nowadays, so that's good. But man, they got really bad at one point. And so anybody that has to deal with that kind of thing, man, it's terrible and it sucks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I mean, I've got a sibling that sustained, but basically, I have a sibling that sustained a terrible physical injury and to their head, and as a result of that, ever since at a very young age, like middle school years, and ever since they've had to deal with migraines ever since that, and it sucks. They've it's a terrible thing, and I feel so bad. Feel so bad that they have to deal with that. Um, Goblin Slayer game trailer sets release date window. After only being announced in January, Goblin Slayer: Another Adventure Nightmare Feast has a more narrow release window. This licensed strategy RPG is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch sometime in the winter and will support both English and Japanese. This was all shown in a recent trailer along with some characters. These characters are Guildmaster, Blood Princess Squire, Polar Bear Priest. Sick. Okay, that sounds dope. Conan, Lady of Principality, Goblin Slayer, Priestess, High Elf Archer, Dwarf Shaman, Lizard Priest. Also sounds cool. Basically, just they should just rename Lizard Priest to like Holy Reptile. You know? uh, yeah, dude. After the news segment, I'll get it to you. Mm-hmm. Yep. If that's okay, is that okay? A few actors are reprising their roles too. Yuichiro. Actually, dude, if you don't mind, DM me on Discord. That way I've got a notification to make sure I don't forget to get that to you. Cool. Uh, Yuichiro Umihara, Tomokazu Sugita. Dude, I would butcher all these names. Basically, all of these individuals here are coming back to be Goblin Slayer, Lizard Priest, Priestess, High Elf Archer, and Dwarf Shaman, respectively. Take a look at this.
四方世界の片隅で若きギルドマスターの冒険が今始まる。赤い瞳に見入られたあの時、私の運命は大きく変わった。私はこの領地とそこに暮らす人々を守りたいのです。私を闇から救い出したのはどこまでもまっすぐな一人の少女だった。あなたの血をちょうだい。それくらいは当然の要求でしょ。
ゴブリンを殺せ。そしてより時を稼ぐ。
I love that there's just like a lizard dude and a polar bear dude. That's awesome. Both the animals are priests. That's great. I'm not familiar with this title.
その人と再会できるとしたら、
Holy snake.
あなたは何を捧げるだろう。
Oh, happy dude. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. Strategy RPG. PC and Switch sometime in the winter, okay? So if you want more out of that, I'll link it for you. But that's cool, man. It's like a tactics style looking game, you know, which is really cool. For those of you that enjoy that. Okay, here we go. Look, we watched this yesterday, right? After the news segment, but because there are probably a lot of people that haven't seen it yet, and it's not part of yesterday's news segment. So those of you that saw the news segment after it was live or whatever, we'll go ahead and watch this again, okay? So basically, during the news segment yesterday, we found out there was going to be like a video that got put up by Nintendo later on that showed off some new stuff for the new Zelda game, some new mechanics and things like that. And so we got like a bit of a taste, right? Baptized Basilisk, dude. Keep going, bro. Let's go. I like it. Yeah, the video had a breakdown of some of Link's new abilities as well as a few differences that can be seen in the version of Hyrule. So we'll just watch it. I'll let you guys see it. We'll read the rest of this real quick, but there's a new Switch console coming out to celebrate the game. It's $360 US. It's OLED model. Has iconography from the series all over it, including the Joy-Cons, dock, and the back of the system. But since the game isn't out until later, doesn't come with Tears of the Kingdom. It'll be available on April 28th, which is a few weeks before the game comes out. A $25 Switch carrying case and a $75 Pro controller are dropping alongside the game on May 12th. Pre-orders for everything should be available later today. This was probably yesterday, okay? We'll watch both of these real quick, but yeah, this was yesterday. So everything should be up. I'm pretty sure it was up yesterday. Nice, dude. So take a look at this.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First, I have some news.
Pretty
Development
cool.
on The Legend of Zelda
cool
Tears
stuff.
of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank you very much for waiting. Many of you are looking forward to this game, and we've released a few trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you what it's like. Okay? Let's begin. Here we are in the land of Hyrule. Like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's a vast world to explore. Of course, it's not just the same world as is.
God, the
it's
mounts,
changed in
dude.
many ways. If we talk about all of the changes today, we'll run out of time, so we hope you'll seek them out for yourself when the game launches. In this game, the vast world of Hyrule reaches
I'm
high
willing to
into
bet
the
they haven't
sky.
changed the mounts at all in this
You'll
game,
notice
and I
some
won't
land
use
masses
them at
floating
all.
up there. We call them Sky
Personal
Islands.
thing, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the mounts at all.
You're probably wondering
like the
something.
horses.
How
I
do
didn't
you
like
get to
them at
the
all in
Sky
Breath of the
Islands
Wild.
when they're so high up?
So I just ran everywhere.
If we take a look, oh, something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
We're almost at the spot where the object fell. Here it is. Okay, let's use one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell...
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Look,
Yeah,
it
dude.
started
Yeah.
rising.
I mean, that's
This power is
business
known as
and
recall,
party going
which
on right there,
rewinds an
dog.
object's movement. Since I just used
Yeah,
recall on
yeah.
the fallen rock,
That's what I thought when I
can
first
now
saw this
rise into
yesterday
the
too.
sky.
Happy, yeah.
We're a lot closer to the Sky Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them. There are a few other Sky Islands floating here too.
I mean, look how far up you are,
I
man.
made
It's
it.
crazy.
There are lots of ways to reach the Sky Islands, so we hope you'll try a few different methods. Okay, now we're on a slightly bigger Sky Island. Just like on the surface, there are several man-made structures. Some trees are also growing here. You won't see many of those yellow trees on the surface, though. Let's walk around for a bit. There's a branch on the ground. When you find something like this, you should pick it up. It might come in handy later. Let's continue. Oh, something's there. This is a brand new enemy called a construct. We'll fight it using the branch we just picked up. Ah, the branch broke. Not good, not good. Quick, get another branch and... we defeated it. Moving on. We've now explored more of this sky island. As expected, fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken. So here's another one of Link's new abilities. If we use this branch and the rock over here, and do this, look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer. This is called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
Isn't that wild?
We're dealing with two of them.
What a cool
at once.
mechanic. The possibilities this opens up for the game is
we beat one.
I think
The weapon's attack
vast.
is definitely improved.
it seems anyways.
The other branch broke, but this weapon has much better durability. You can do all sorts of things by experimenting with the fuse ability. You can fuse two weapons, for example. If we take this long stick and fuse it with a pitchfork, we
Look
can
at that
create
noise.
a weapon with a much
Bro,
longer attack
it's a
range.
pole vault, dog. How long that is.
With this, we don't have to get too close to
It's
enemies,
insane.
and we can safely attack from a distance. You can also fuse arrows with materials in your inventory. For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow. Fuse an ice elemental material to an arrow and you can freeze faraway enemies. Very useful. In addition, let's see. Ah, there's a bird flying around. If you're out hunting, you might feel that aiming with an arrow is too difficult. Apparently, my eyes can't track fast-moving
Bro,
objects
you are
as of
so
late,
right.
So my shots
Yeah, it
rarely
wasn't
land.
even close to being a mace, dog. You
So, at
literally
times
put
like
a
these-
chunk of earth on the end of a little stick,
Here's an
dog.
eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and
Oh, it's
look,
crazy,
it homed
dude.
in on the target. Let's try this on another bird. I'll just fire in that general direction. It's very
Oh,
simple.
that's funny, bro.
Depending on what
dying.
you stick together, the fuse ability could also be beneficial for hunting.
That's pretty cool, dude. Putting the eyes on the arrows and stuff. What would be
I
nice
fused
is
a
if you could
mushroom
just
to
like
my shield.
make a big quantity,
you're
though. That's what I'm
probably
talking. Okay, so
wondering if
here's
this has
one of
any
the things that I
use.
want to see from Nintendo, right? This is some of the issue that I had real quick in Breath of the Wild. I had issue with quality of life. The quality of life that they provided in the game was kind of bad. So they're not very good at that kind of stuff. And what I would like to see is, yo, if I want to make there you go, nice, dude. All right, cool, nice. All right, Tabo, solid, man. If I want to make like 20 of those eyeball arrows, let me make 20 of them, so I just have them in my inventory, and I don't have to fuse them every single flipping time that I want to shoot one of those homing arrows. You know what I mean? This is it's a really cool mechanic right here. But man, give me the quality of life of just letting me make a quantity of those so I have them in my inventory and I don't have to fuse them one at a time every single time I want to use them. Because that sucks, dude. That is a huge encumbrance to gameplay, and it just takes way too long to do stuff that way. Same thing with like the cooking in the first game. Cooking in the first game was such a task after a while, where you're just cooking the same thing. One at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Dude, give me the quality of life to just mass quantity create stuff. That way I've just got it in my inventory as a quantity all at once that I can select from. Nintendo's terrible about that stuff, but that is what we need as gamers, man.
Well, this mushroom is actually a puff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so... attack! Even if you struggle with combat, you can take down enemies using similar methods. In the previous game, you'd usually get powerful weapons by defeating strong enemies. But in this game, fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon. There are even more gameplay options.
Hey, were you able to get the Kappa stuff put into the emotes? Okay,
Some
that's
of the
like,
Sky Islands
you didn't have any issues
even
with
have
that
rivers.
for the Discord?
We'll want to cross this one, but swimming across it, well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of course, there isn't anything that resembles a boat around here. So, we'll lift up this log and attach it to a second log.
Yeah, but okay, cool. Hey, dude. I mean, I don't care. I
Let's
mean,
do one
obviously, I
more.
mean, you and Pinky are
We'll
mods
bring
of the
this over
Discord.
here.
Obviously, I
and
mean,
attach
you're
a third log.
the one that's usually taking care of stuff. I know Pinky's got.
It's a makeshift
you know,
raft.
I trust
is
Pinky,
another
and
new
Pinky's
ability
got
called
knowledge of doing that
Ultra
kind of stuff.
Hand.
That's why I've just got
Even
him
though the
in that
logs
role
are
as well, in
currently
case
attached,
you
they
know
can be detached.
he needs to take
Let's
care of anything or
modify the
wants to
shape
take
of
care of
the
anything.
raft.
But I mean, if there are things like that you want to
You can always
implement,
attach
you know, and
things or
you
detach
know,
them like this.
just run it by me, and I'm not normally
Now,
going to have
if
like an
we put
issue with
this on
anything
the
like
water,
that, dude. So
It's made of wood, so the buoyancy will keep it afloat. We've made a simplified version of a boat.
that voice acting, yeah.
However, it won't move in its current state.
Yeah,
so we'll
but I
need
mean,
something to
the
propel
issue
it
is,
forward.
I hear what you're saying. I know you're kind of memeing me out. You're
There's
trolling
something
me a bit,
here.
Abby, but
Let's try hitting it. Oh, wind. It's blowing wind.
when
Looks
you
like we
do
found a
need all the
fan.
mills and you
Why
do
don't we
have to
try
create them,
attaching
that's
it?
where it starts getting painful. This is pretty wild. They're making a
We'll attach
Y-wing,
another
dude,
one.
for the water.
This should make the boat well balanced.
It's pretty dope. A Y-wing hovercraft, dude.
Okay, they're attached.
Well, it's not a hovercraft. It's a.
All right, let's try moving the boat. Hey, it's moving. It's
what do
sailing
you call
pretty
those?
fast.
What
with
are
the
the boats that are more utilized
Since we
like in
added two
swampy
fans,
areas with
we
big
should be
fans
able
on
to
them?
cross
I
the
can't
river
remember
in
what
no
they're called
time. All right, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer,
Look at that
we
noise,
showed
dude.
scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine. Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own. There are all sorts of objects you'll come across in this game. And depending on how you use your imagination, you can do a lot with them.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
try crafting different things and explore this world at your leisure. There are even more new
Happy
abilities.
dude. Oh,
Take
man.
this building over here. Okay,
killing me,
watch
dog.
this.
This is crazy too. Look at this.
I passed right through the ceiling. This new ability is called Ascend. If you're in a place with a ceiling, you can go through to the floor above
Yo,
you.
we actually watched a fan-made like
There are some restrictions,
section
but what's
where
great
where
about this
they
ability
recreated
is that as
Ocarina
long
of
as
Time in
there's a
Unreal Engine
ceiling,
5 yesterday.
you can
in the
use
new
it
segment.
anywhere.
It's
For
pretty crazy.
example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here,
It's definitely got more of a horror vibe to it, you know. For those that didn't see it, it's got more of like a Soulsborne-esque
Come
vibe
on,
to it, you know.
keep going. Okay, we emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb all the way up. Here's another example. Imagine you're stuck in a cage.
Would
It's
you?
got
Would
a
it even
ceiling.
have to be a cave
You know
though?
what to do, right?
Here's my question: does it have to be a cave? What about that edge that
Oh,
just
there's
juts
another
out? You know what I mean?
construct.
If it just juts out,
seems
can
to
you
be
go
holding a
underneath
strange
the
weapon.
edge that juts
Some
out and just
enemies
pop
are
up
equipped
through it?
with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit differently
I'm
from the
interested.
previous game. Ah,
So many
It
questions.
blew me away with wind. Looks like it's got some sort of fan. Ah! I got pushed off.
Nice, Tabo. Thanks for all the work,
let's
dude.
just return to the surface. You can quickly descend from the sky to the surface like this. It feels so good. In the sky, you'll be able to look out across the land. You can also search for destinations that pique your interest.
These are old school 10-0, dude.
Once you've chosen your destination,
these are first
you can
edition
speed things
10-0.
up, like this.
Look at this, dude.
Let's dive into
Look at
this
this.
And
Bro.
we're back on the surface.
Without a flinch, Doug. Without a
There's
flinch.
still so many things I'd like to show you, but let's leave it at that for now.
Without a flinch.
What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were
I love that,
updated
like-
from the previous game. I'm sure some
If you
of
actually
watching
hit
me
water
play
from
would
that
think,
height, dude, that's just like
"Wait,
hitting land.
If you could do that, then maybe you could do this too.
Right, yeah, Tabo,
In
exactly,
this
dude.
game, you
The
can
hair
do a lot
effects
of
are
things
great
just by
right
thinking
now,
about what's
dude.
even possible.
Yeah, as we were just talking about the hair.
There's still a lot of new
What's up, buddy? How you
gameplay,
doing, man?
mysteries, and encounters we couldn't show today.
That's what Happy
but
was
they're
like,
all
dude. He's
jam-packed
totally rocking
into
that
this
like
unfamiliar
70s
Hyrule,
rocker
and
haircut.
we
You
hope
know?
you'll use your
Yeah.
imagination to explore it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, so again, we saw this yesterday, dude, but it didn't pop off until after the news segment, so we watched it then, and so it was appropriate to watch it now in today's news segment. That way, everybody that didn't get to check it out yesterday can see it now. Again, these are some limited edition, special edition things that are popping off for the game coming out as well. So there's the limited edition or special edition Switch. That is it's an OLED model for 360 US. It's got the Tears of the Kingdom kind of Legend of Zelda decal stuff on it and everything. So you can see this right here. They've even got like a dock and that, like the dock's all stenciled out, so that's cool. Yeah, I've got an OG Switch, dude. I mean, for me, it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it personally. With a new console coming out as well, like, if I knew somebody that was like wanting to get rid of an OLED or something that I knew had taken really good care of one, then I would probably just buy it off of them or something at a lower price point than a brand new one. But ultimately, I think the price point for a brand new OLED isn't really worth it, especially when the new console is going to be coming out in like a year and a half or so, roughly. You know, that's just me personally, though. Tabo. Oh wait, what? Are you talking about below the? Oh wait, where are you at, dude? Hold on, I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen it in a while. Hold on, dude. Let me pull it up. Oh, dude, hold on. What do you mean, dude? Yeah, you are. Oh, you said top 10. I thought you were saying top 100. You meant top 10. Yeah, okay. You're close, dude. You're close. Well, here's the thing, though, dude. Here's the thing. A lot of those that you're gonna see in the top for all time, a lot of those are bots, Doug. Like the another TTD viewer and Commander Root, OAX2. Those are bots. Those are Twitch bots, bro. You know. So if it like because they're always in here. Those are all-time points, man. But if you're looking at current, I don't know. Parent definitely has to do with like if you've lost any overtime or used any overtime, then those go away. You know what I mean? Let me see. Oh yeah, yeah. So you are looking at the current. You must have gambled them away at one point or something, dude. That must be what happened. You probably got wrapped. See, this is what happened. So Wick and Pinky, dude, they gamble the points often. You know, they gamble the points, and then other people are like, oh, I want to gamble too, and then they lose a bunch of points, man. and you know, it's like, oh well, crap, that sucks. But you're like 16 on the all-time list, dude. That's it. That's basically what we're talking about. There's a weird situation. There's like, and dude, I need to look at what all the ins and outs of it are. There's a weird deal between. There's like, because I run stream elements, right? So I've got like, there's like stream elements, parts of the point system, and then there's like an inherent part of Twitch, just as a the community here, where some of the points are just Twitch points, and then the other one, which are like the antics tokens, and then there's like, and sometimes they work together, sometimes they don't. It's weird, dude. I don't know. Yeah. But underneath the channel, underneath the stream in your browser, there's actually like I have a panel up that'll show like where the all-time leaders of accumulated points, and excuse me, and then who's the current leader of like who has the most currently and stuff like that, yeah, probably Tabo, yeah. A Nintendo 3DS game is being rescued from the eShop shutdown with physical release. What? Limited run games, okay. Teasing one last physical release for the 3DS. As the 3DS eShop has officially shut down, the only option to purchase titles will be via physical releases. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, on the 27th, shush your mouth. On the 27th, Nintendo shut down the eShops for both the Wii U and the 3DS. Which sucks. It feels really bad. But this is what Nintendo does. And let's see. According to a tweet by Limited Run Games, the company will be releasing at least one more game for the dual screen portable device, the 3DS. While the photo attached to the tweet had the cover of the title blurred, the comment section was ecstatic to know that the last release will complete their wall collection for the Nintendo 3DS. The picture also showed a copy of Go-Go Coca-Polo Anniversary Collection, which was a dual pack including Go-Go Coca-Polo 3D Space Recipe for Disaster and Go-Go Coca-Polo Harmonious Forest Revenge. So it is possible the blurred image may be in the same series. Limited Run Games is known for releasing a lot of obscure or more digital titles in physical format in a limited edition capacity. Games such as To the Moon, No More Heroes 1 and 2, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World have had physical releases from Limited Run Games. Yeah, here. Let me see. So if you're not familiar with Limited Run Games, this is Limited Run Games website. So they do a lot of stuff where it's pretty crazy. They'll even take games and make physical copies of games for cartridges, old systems like the NES or the Super Game Boy games and stuff. Occasionally, it's kind of, they've got Kung Fury stuff. What? Limited Run Kung Fury Street Rage Ultimate Edition. What is this, dude? Oh my god. Dude, if you guys have not seen Kung Fury, you need to enlighten yourselves. But they've got all kinds of cool stuff on here. I'll link this page, but it's a pretty cool site, man. It's a pretty cool site. Furries. Hold on. What is this? The official soundtrack. Oh my god, dude, this movie is amazing. By the way, if you've never seen Kung Fury, it is like a just completely like satire flick based on here. I'll even pull it up for you. 2015. Oh, they're making a second one? Shut up. Holy crap. Insane. So Kung Fury is like, it's just this completely satire, like it's super 80s. It came out in 2015, obviously, like you can see. Swedish martial arts comedy featurette film written and directed by David Sandberg. Pays homage to 1980s martial arts and police action films. Stars Sandberg. It's got Hasselhoff in it, dude. It was a crowdfunded Kickstarter. It's a hilarious. It's got like just wild stuff in it, man. Wild stuff. I highly recommend watching this. It's really wild. It's funny, man. There's like a dino cop in it. Like it's super. This is where Hacker Man is out of, guys. This is where Hacker Man is out of. This right here. For our channel, if you've ever seen this,
Hacker Man. He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
That's Hacker Man is out of Kung Fury, dude. Yeah. So that's where that comes from. So if you haven't seen Kung Fury, man, you got to check this out. It's a great show. And I didn't even know they were making another one, man. That's pretty wild. Well, that's cool. We'll have to see what the game ends up being whenever they get it out on limited run. So that's pretty cool. But it feels bad still that the 3DS shop got shut down. Yeah, what's up, Tabo? Battlefield 2042 update patch notes. Mid-season patch is not available for Battlefield 2042. Patch has introduced new... Not available? The new patch has introduced new weapons, new event, and more. Patch 4.1.0 comes with regular fixes and balances that we have come to expect from these kinds of patches. So the 4.1 chat improvements, there's a change log, mastery improvements, audio fixes, gadget fixes, specialist fixes, weapon fixes, vehicle fixes, all the fixes, dude. I'm not going to read all those off, but apparently this is hitting. So if you guys have been playing some Battlefield, you're interested, whatever, then there's the patch notes for you, okay? I'm not going to read all those patch notes too much. Chonker level mill? Bro, get a picture of it, put it in the food channel of the Discord for us, man. That's what we need. Show it to everybody. Street Fighter 6 gameplay video shows veteran Cammy beating down Nakamura Manon. Well, I don't even know who that is. Today, Capcom published a video showing another match between two characters that will be playable in Street Fighter 6, Cammy and Manon. As usual with this kind of video, we get to see the match in the quick 3-round format played directly by the developers, while Manon is a brand new character debuting with Street Fighter 6. That's why I don't know it. Cammy is a veteran who debuted all the way back in 93 with Super Street Fighter 2, yeah. Okay. Street Fighter 6 is going to be hitting very soon, and it'll be the new flavor at EVO this year. Oh, for real? Got to cheat. Let's go, dude. Random mode time. Let's go. She's got like a Scott kind of build, you know? She's tall and long. She's just long. She got length, dude. Manon does. Her legs are jacked. I mean, every character in this game is jacked, you know, but... That was funny, dude. Alright. Alright, Happy. Dude, that sounds great, man. A leftover chili dog? Yeah. Let's go, dude. That sounds awesome. Hey, man, thanks again for all the gifties yesterday, dude. That was incredible. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm gonna have to get some food after this new segment's over. There you go. There's your Cammy Manon showcase for Street Fighter 6. Cool. Unfamiliar with Cammy. There's a description here, and Manon introduced also there. There have been several gameplay clips at this point showcasing full matches played by the developers, including Lily versus E Honda, Marissa versus Manon, DJ versus Dalsim, Blanca versus JP, Zangief versus Marissa. Recently also learned that Japanese actress Hikaru Takahashi joined the roster of commentators for the real-time commentary featured introduced for the game, which I am not a fan of. I don't like it. I think there's an option to turn it off in the game, and I hope there is because, dude, it would drive me nuts. Yo, Mithril, what's up, buddy? Street Fighter 6 is releasing on June 2nd of 2023. Again, this is popping off, when's EVO? August? End of summer, I think. So, this game is releasing, at a time where it'll give people competitive fighting game, especially in the Street Fighter scene, a couple of months probably to really hone their skills in before EVO pops off. This is going to be a hot title for EVO this year. Hot title for EVO because it's brand new. But we've seen a lot of stuff. We've seen a lot of stuff right now for Street Fighter 6. We've seen a lot of stuff for Tekken 8 as well because Tekken 8 is going to be releasing later this year also. And we've got news that Mortal Kombat 12 is on the way. So we'll probably start seeing more stuff about Mortal Kombat 12 also. But Mortal Kombat 12 is probably not going to be releasing until, like, I'm guessing early next year. We haven't really seen any kind of gameplay of it yet. So probably early next year sometime. Right now it's going to be Street Fighter middle of this late summer, Tekken late this year, and then probably Mortal Kombat 12 early next year, something like that. Dungeons & Dragons reveals first look at new virtual tabletop service. Playtest date revealed. Look at this, guys. Players will, and I know this is something that came up last night. Mithril, actually. So We had talked previously, since this came up, and since we've had a little bit of discussion in the Discord here, like we've got a lot of people that have been interested in D and D, and getting some of that set up in the community, and doing some of the Dungeons and Dragons stuff in the community. We've got people that have been a part of the community that are into doing D&D. They've done it for a while, and I personally have never been a part of campaigns. I'm not against it. The problem for me is that my time is so limited, outside of the stream and everything, because of doing the streams as such a long. I mean, I'm going like roughly 8-9 hours a day. Then family stuff, and then content stuff too. So if anything, I mean, we could take some time to try and do some D&D stuff stream wise, but I would be absolutely interested in, and that's one of the reasons we have a Discord channel set up for like D&D stuff, is so that if people in the community really wanted to try to get some kind of campaign stuff going here for the community, and I don't necessarily have to be a part of it. It was something that was created to try to give people the opportunity to, community wise, just to get going, But yeah, yeah, for sure, Tabo, and I can understand that. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's one of my problems is, I don't want to be that person that's like having to maybe disappoint others by not being able to show up at a time when, because my afternoons are and evenings are packed outside of stream time, yeah, for sure, Mithril, absolutely. Yeah. And so I've always been interested in getting into it, and I still am. It's just finding a time where we could all conveniently meet up and consistently meet up to get it done, I think, is the real task. But I'm about it. And maybe it would just be one day a week of stream time. We could look at trying to get some campaign stuff done, things like that. I don't know. We will. Maybe it's just something we need to talk about in the Discord, and keep trying to see how many people that are part of the community are interested in it, and when we might be able to try to start getting the ball rolling on that stuff, and what our schedules would work mesh wise, Players will get to test out Dungeons & Dragons' new virtual tabletop service later this year. During today's D&D Direct, Wizards of the Coast revealed a new look at its upcoming virtual tabletop service, which is designed to facilitate virtual Dungeons & Dragons play. The new service basically looks like an interactive video game with 3D miniatures, customizable 3D landscapes and buildings, and animated effects for spells and attacks. We also saw an example of it, the service's integration with D&D Beyond Character Builder, which appears only require a link to a Dungeons & Dragons Beyond character sheet to port in a character into the virtual tabletop service. The video also highlighted there will be a community marketplace aspect to the service, with third-party providers able to make and share and hopefully sell their own creations on the service. The Dungeons & Dragons virtual tabletop service is allegedly a priority for Wizards of the Coast, who has sought to further monetize D&D beyond the release of books. While virtual tabletop services have long been a part of TTRPG play, this new service seems to be looking to add a much more polished system to the game, while also being directly under Wizards of the Coast's control. This year's, the OGL debacle, which made Wizard and Hasbro look very, very bad, saw Wizard attempt to deauthorize the legal framework used by creators to make third-party material compatible with Dungeons & Dragons, was driven in part to create a separate VTT policy that would have provided Wizards' VTT service with an advantage by banning things like animating D&D spells. Wizards eventually abandoned these plans after widespread community outrage, but many look at this new VTT service with immense skepticism. Yep. The reveal, which came during a D&D Direct presentation that aired yesterday, I'm guessing, yesterday, was light on specific details such as price point or subscription cost, but potential users will have the ability to test the service later this year during a public playtest period. Hopefully we get more concrete details about the service soon. Yeah, Tabo, yeah. I'm going to pull up the video too so we can take a look at this. They didn't embed the article or the video in this, but I want to find it real quick. Let's go to YouTube, see if we can find this. "17 hours ago." Here we go. Let's see.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
This is amazing. You guys ready to play some D&D?
Yes. Oh, yes.
So we've got 4 really cool characters here. Is anyone thinking about anything specifically as you're looking at these?
I'm thinking Dorbin. I like his beard and I want to be a
Is
bearded
it loud
man
enough for you
today.
guys?
Nice. All right, so you can...
Are you having fun dragging him around?
Oh, yeah. It's a blast.
I've actually had the sorcerer I've been wanting to play for forever. Is there a way I can just port it in?
Yeah, is it on D&D Beyond?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. There we go, all linked up and ready to go.
Woo, huzzah!
There's a lot of ways to play D&D online, and not all of them are hitting the big 3 things that we think were important: fun, convenience, and authenticity.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, welcome to the inn. Have a seat. I'll get some refreshments. What would you have?
A nice
Again, I
grog
mean,
would be
normally
nice.
I don't hit on tabletop stuff or things like that for the video gaming news, but the fact that this is integrating an entire like Dungeons and Dragons kind of
Everyone
campaign
hears
into a virtual
scratching
environment
noises in the
for
walls.
more of
Barton's
a
like, damn rats, and he kicks the wall.
I felt like this
I'd
was
like
something
to
cool for
roll
us to hit on.
perception to see if I can figure out where the sound is coming from.
Yeah, so you want to go to the walls and kind of look around.
Mm-hmm.
Fire breaks out. The whole inn shudders a little bit.
Dorbin, do the rats you encounter normally move buildings?
Not anyone that I've seen.
There might be more to this than rats.
What I want to do is connect all my friends and play with them. They're on their computers, they're on their phones, they're on their game consoles, but we're all together playing through the same virtual tabletop. So that's the dream right there.
Yeah.
Ceiling crashes down. Everybody make a dex save.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's under your dexterity. It'll be the top up there. It'll be dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, a solid 9.
So now you roll 2 dice.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Well, let's see how cool it is after you roll.
We're in Unreal 5, which is latest, greatest. But now we're actually testing with friends of people who work at Wizards and their families. It's got spells, it's got effects, it's got a lot more rules in it. So those sort of things are what we've been adding.
I will go over to this flame here and sort of rub my hands together and go, all right, please work, please work, please work. And I'm going to cast Control Flames
Nice.
to extinguish them.
We're just trying to like show you where the rules are, not being like, oh, once you get to the end of that, you can't move anymore, because that's not really D&D to us. It's like, if your DM's okay with it and you want to do a flip and land on the table, then that's just how the game gets played. Yeah, go ahead. Just put yourself right up on top of the roof.
I have the high ground now.
The ground shakes, trembles, and an insect-like beast comes out with gnashing pincers. We can have the DM be able to set the mood, set the lighting. What time of day is it? Is it raining? You know, is there fire embers falling from the sky? We just want to enable people to play the way they want to. Let's go into encounter mode now, which means that we're all going to roll initiative. So, oh, and look, the DM dice. 2 20s. No. It always happens. So he's gonna turn around and actually acid spray the kobolds.
Oh my God, stop, really?
D&D is the first mod community.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
you go all the way back. We're going to make our own content, but we want to make that content out of building blocks that everybody can break apart and make their own content from, because that
that's cool.
remix
Tubo, nice.
is like core to the DNA of D&D.
I will use my longsword. Here we go.
Oh!
Well, that got his attention.
Oh no.
You might want to just give this one up and run.
So with these tools that you're going to hand to the players, is there a way for the community to share assets?
The strength of it is the community, and the community creating everything. And we create stuff, and then the community tries to one-up us, and then we try to one-up the community, right? Like, that's a big part of it. And having that sort of marketplace where you can just like download other people's stuff and check it out, I think that's like a core to the final experience.
Then I'm going to hold out my hands and cast Magic Missile with all of them focused on the Ankheg.
We're going to put everything in the monster manual in it. We want you to be able to, play the game as it's written.
I have 8 hit points. I don't do physical activity.
Miss
Nice.
18. Slam down to the left and right of you.
I feel like it's so perfect to come in and be able to visualize and see everything and hear everything. That's what my favorite thing about this whole VTT is.
There's always like a group of people that want to take that, 5-hour prep, and there's people like me that just like, give me an in,
Yeah.
some characters, and I'm playing. Oh, there we go.
Let's
2 dice.
go.
Let's go. So I think the big question is, when are we getting the virtual tabletop?
Next, we're just going to open it up slowly to more and more people so that hopefully a lot of the people listening will be able to play it this year.
I hope that you are so very proud of this because I was in awe.
I am glad that you guys like
Yeah.
it. That You
Yeah.
never know, right? That's where I'm at with the developers. Like, I need the feedback. I
Yeah.
need the loop.
Play test in late 2023, huh? Neat. I'll link this for you guys too if you want it. So yeah, I think for this kind of thing, I think what's cool about it is obviously whenever you're able to get like a group together physically in a location with friends and stuff, it's you've got that personal interaction that's going on and stuff, and it's a little bit more engaging when you are doing these kinds of campaigns and stuff, but that's not always the case for us, right? I mean, we've got a lot of friends, that we've met not necessarily in a physical space. A lot of our friends that we've met through, these kinds of outlets, like whether it be on Twitch or other, gaming and stuff like that, and any kind of online community. I mean, we've got friends that we've met various different ways, and sometimes you want to do things like this and get engaged in some kinds of D&D stuff, and I think that a virtual tabletop kind of scenario presents well, obviously, Discord's brought a great, like, applications at least like Discord, and Discord itself is a great application for being able to implement a lot of different things to get that connectivity together for you to be able to like sit down at your computer and give you that connection to be able to play those kinds of things, right? To do those campaigns together and stuff. But then being able to maybe have something like this, like a virtual tabletop situation that gives you more of that that presence of the visual and the stuff that maybe you would have more often in a physical setting if you were all there together, in a virtual setting where you're actually not in the same place, right? I think is pretty cool. So we'll see what they do with it. Again, I think a thing to note here is, as far as Dungeons and Dragons specifically goes, as a brand, being under Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, they have had a lot of sketchy stuff going on here lately. So it's important that I think we keep mind of that. Yeah, a lot of this took place with their OGL, like they said down here. Their gaming license, their open gaming license is what that stands for. Basically, they've always had a really nice open gaming license, which allowed content creators to utilize aspects of Dungeons and Dragons within their own unique content, right? Which it was a two-way street. It was very good for Dungeons and Dragons because it made people that were already familiar with that world be able to dive into other worlds pretty seamlessly, yeah? And get into other creators' games and universes and things like that without having to learn a whole lot of new mechanics and things of that nature. So that was one part of it that was really nice for creators. The other part, yeah. Okay, Tabo. Hey, man, thanks for all the work, buddy. I appreciate it. And I'll try to address all the stuff you sent me on Discord, okay? Thanks, man. You rock, buddy. Thanks very much. The other side of it was that for the Dungeons and Dragons as a brand, it gave them a lot of recognition, right? And a lot of notoriety as far as this kind of stuff went. So all these other creators that were utilizing D&D mechanics and D&D content, it basically gave them more and more and more popularity. So it was good on both sides. But basically what happened was Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, which Wizards of the Coast is a subsidiary of Hasbro, they came out and tried to significantly change the open gaming license this year. And it was not good. Basically, they tried to, not too many words. It came down to them trying to be like, basically, hey, everybody, thanks for helping build our brand. Now, pay us all your money. That's basically what it came down to. Thanks for helping build up our brand. We're going to change the open gaming license now to where you can't use anything anymore without paying us a bunch of cash. That's what it seemed like anyways. And so there was a lot of outcry, a lot of criticism, and a lot of people that were the behind the development of the original OGL were very, very publicly criticizing what Wizards was trying to do here. And so I think it's important that we maintain some oversight of what's going on here and what Wizards of the Coast is trying to do with D&D and look, a business is business, and I mean it's important that they're making their money and everything, but it's important they also understand that the reason Dungeons and Dragons has become so popular is because of what this OGL always has been, and to not lose sight of that, and to not just dump on all these other companies that have helped make this a popular brand, So that's why there was so much criticism around it. But this looks pretty neat. It looks pretty neat. Sega will skip E3 2023, casting doubt on whether the event will go ahead. Tencent, Ubisoft, Xbox, Nintendo are also skipping, and PlayStation are also skipping the Los Angeles convention. So Ubisoft originally said they were going to be part of it, and they have backed out as of yesterday. Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation out the gate said we will not be part of E3. Sega has joined a number of other gaming publishers in missing E3 this year, leading to the game industry questioning whether the Los Angeles convention will still go ahead. As reported by IGN, Sega said that after careful consideration, we've decided to not participate in E3 as an exhibitor. We look forward to sharing more information on announcing and unannounced projects in the future. IGN found that Tencent will also be skipping E3 this year, claimed that more publishers will not be attending but are yet to make an announcement. The news comes just days after Ubi confirmed that it would not be attending E3, with the Assassin's Creed developer deciding to move in a different direction and host its own live event in June, which is basically what all these publishers and developers have been doing over the past 3 years since E3 has not been taking place, right? Both companies will join Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation, which they didn't note here, but same thing, in skipping E3 this year. While it's been reported that Sony's also announced they'll be skipping, like I just said. Currently, the likes of Activision, Blizzard, EA, Epic, and Take-Two are yet to announce whether they will attend the event. As a result, the game industry has been left wondering if the event, E3's first since 2021, will still go ahead. They didn't have an event in 2021. I don't think so. I think the last E3 event was 2020, if I remember correctly. I would have to check that out, make sure that's correct. But I think. Speaking to IGN, one source said there's no possible way this show can happen, while organizers ESA and ReedPop are yet to comment on the slew of publishers skipping the event. Last month, Ubi CEO Gilmour cast doubt on whether E3 would happen. Speaking on an earnings call, Gilmour said if E3 happens, we will be there and we will have a lot of things to show. However, Ubi dropped out of the event less than a month after Gilmour's comments were made. Shortly after Gilmour's statement, ReedPop president... Sorry, guys. Woo. Need more coffee. Lance Finsterman reiterated that E3 2023 was still full speed ahead. Unclear if that's still the case. Yeah. I think that everybody was kind of skeptical about E3 actually continuing to be a thing after what's happened, but E3 possibly dead. Yeah, it's just a bunch more about what we already read about and everything we've been talking about E3 over the past couple of years, and it hasn't been hard to see that this was kind of coming down the pipeline. They were going to have a struggle getting E3 built back up to anything that it was previous to the shutdowns, so let's go with this right now. The Last of Us PC gets negative reviews due to performance issues. This is becoming a plague upon the gaming industry. And it's terrible. Developers are not able to port games. I don't know what the deal is. I'm not sure what this seems to be something. There have been a lot of developers that have had issues. It's not something new necessarily, but this seems like something that is becoming more and more and more and more apparent. Big developers that you wouldn't suspect should have these kinds of issues are continuing to just show that they cannot get their games put on PC without significant issues, and they just still release them. They release them in a terrible state, and I don't know why this is happening. It's unacceptable. It shouldn't be happening, and it's gross. Last of Us PC gets negative reviews due to performance issues. Recent release of Last of Us Part 1 on PC has been met with negative reviews, mainly due to the ports of various performance issues. Last of Us Part 1 originally started as a port for the original game from to the PS5. It was later announced the game would also be coming to PC. PC players were ecstatic as they would finally be able to I think that's stated poorly. I think it's supposed they left out some words there. PC players were ecstatic as they would finally be able to play one of the best PlayStation games available. That was until the game actually did come out. People quickly took to the game's Steam page. One of the game's over 6,000 reviews of the game's over 6,000 reviews, over 4,000 were negative. Over a third, so about a third of the reviews are positive. That's it. So about 33% of the reviews right now are positive. Even if almost 2,000 of the reviews were positive, quite a few of them were sarcastic comments about the game. This has led to the games receiving a mostly negative review score. Most, if not all, of the reviews were commenting about the game's horrendous performance on PC, even with the top-of-the-line PC builds. I mean, this is the thing. What's funny is you'll always see this, too. Because of the world of PC and gaming, you'll get certain people that might not notice too much of an issue. And then what they'll always say, those people that don't see too much of an issue, you'll see a lot of comments from those individuals to everybody else that has issues with the game going, oh, well, if you weren't running a potato machine, which is an ignorant comment for people to make. When it's obvious in a situation such as this that there is just, it's a very, very, very unoptimized game for PC, because you'll have people in a wide range of PC builds from, low budget machines all the way up through, top of the line rigs that are barely able to play the game, and you'll always have the occasion where there are certain people that aren't having too many issues or any issues at all, really, but there are a lot of people that are also. And that's just a telltale sign that the game was not optimized and thoroughly QA'd and tested for PC before it was released, which is gross. Most, if not all, of the reviews were commenting about the game's horrendous performance on PC. A lot of the players complained about the game's frequent crashing. One player even crashed a total of 14 times before even being able to play the game. Common consensus seems to be the game crashes a lot due to how it handles shaders and the way it loads them beforehand. Another point players brought up was that Sony should have asked somebody else to port the game to PC. Iron Galaxy, the team behind the PC port, is already infamous in the gaming community due to their lackluster performance when porting games. The team previously ported Batman Arkham Knight to PC, which also had various performance issues. Thankfully, Naughty Dog, the team behind the game's development, responded immediately to the outcry. They have stated their team was actively investigating multiple issues the players have reported. However, they mentioned that the team will be prioritizing updates and that the issues will be addressed in upcoming patches. They did not give a timeline as to when these patches will come out. Here's the thing, dude. There's just too much of using this kind of stuff as a crutch in these situations. We're not going to worry about really testing the game before we push it out. We're not going to worry about really, thoroughly implementing a quality assurance process in the port of these titles to ensure that when we release it, it's in a very good state. Here's what basically is going. I mean, if you take a look at if 6,000 people, over 6,000 people have left reviews already, how many people do you think have actually bought this game that haven't left reviews? So they're making their money. And this is what these developers do. They go, it's The Last of Us. There's a lot of hype. A lot of people have been waiting to play this on PC. People are going to buy it anyways. Just push it out the door. It doesn't matter. We'll patch it after the fact. And that's terrible. That sucks. Developers use the internet and this as a tool, instead of a tool, they use it as a crutch to go, well, it'll be fine. People will still buy it. We can fix it later. Don't worry about it. Push it out the door. That's horrible. It's terrible, and it's got to stop, man. It's this kind of stuff keeps happening, whether it be a port after a game has come out on another console or, games on their initial release. We see it happen all the time, and it's terrible, man. It feels disgusting. It makes us as the consumer feel cheated and like we had our money stolen. It's brutal, man. It's so bad. And instead of developers having a mindset of this game should feel as good as possible on release, and then, we have a very nice utility in the internet and being able to patch the game for any unforeseen issues, or be able to provide additional content after the fact. That's not the mindset that most developers, it seems anyways, have in modern development. It's got to get it out the door. Push it out the door. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's not ready. Push it out the door. We'll fix it after the fact. And it's gross. So here, we'll look at it on Steam real quick too. I can't type. Exactly 33% positive. So 66% negative of over 6,000 reviews. Disgusting. It's so bad, man. If you were planning on and you have not already purchased The Last of Us for PC, do not do it right now is my recommendation. Hold off. Don't buy this game right now. Do not pay them money for this. Don't pay money for this. If you've already paid money for this, try to get a refund or something. If it's performing terribly for you, try to get a refund. We got to stop letting developers do this crap to us. Crime Boss Rock City is available now exclusively through the Epic Games Store. Crime Boss Rock City is a first-person shooter from developer In-Game Studios and publisher 505 Games. Take on the criminal underworlds while meeting and interacting with charismatic characters played by iconic actors and celebrities. The game exclusively launches today. I think it was probably yesterday, right? Yeah. On PC through the Epic Games Store. Post-launch updates are already in development, and console versions for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S are planned for the third quarter of this year. Launch trailer is this. If you haven't seen it, it's been a while since we looked at it, so we'll just watch it real quick.
Go, go, go! Hold this position. Eyes on target. In a
I need a
world
lot more coffee today.
where crime reigns, there's the boss. And on the other side,
Tell me that's Chuck. It's Chuck, baby.
Charge. Rocky City,
My name's
crown
Chuck,
jewel of Florida,
and I came here to
where the ocean meets crime.
martial arts the crap out of you. I think that's how that goes, right?
Forget the past. That's the key. Try again.
Get him,
I look
Chuck.
forward to it.
Chuck's still kicking too, man. Look at that car. That car was dope.
You just know you got what it takes to be the boss.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Payday, dude. A little bit.
Could be good.
Like, it reminds me of Payday 2 a little bit. It's weird.
Maybe you should change your team. Get better friends and try again.
Danny Trejo, baby. Rob Van Winkle, dude.
Getting to the throne ain't easy. But this here's my shot. And I'm gonna end up 6 feet deep or on top of the world. Before I'm done, baby.
Baker.
They're gonna know my name.
Sheriff, we have movement on the dragon.
Tell me.
It seems he's looking for the king's killer. His guys are beating up thugs left and right. sir.
His push-ups are
And
shaking.
especially Baker's crew.
He will be moving up the ranks soon. Maybe he'll do some
The Chuck Norris memes, dog. Oh, bro. Oh, dude. Yo, Cappy, what's up? The Chuck Norris meme. That's so flippin' funny, dude. Oh my god, that's funny. Holy crap. That was hilarious. Just got home from work. Word. Yo, I tagged you in a post in Discord if you didn't see it. Rocky City offers a roguelike inspired solo campaign with a star-studded cast including Chuck Norris as Sheriff Norris, Danny Trejo, Kim Basinger, Danny Glover, Michael Rooker, Damien Poitier, Vanilla Ice, or Rob Van Winkle. If chaotic co-op crimes are calling, assemble a crew to tackle quick play missions and mini campaigns and online multiplayer. That's cool, man. While we're talking about it, it is on here right now. It's like on the Epic Game Store. $34, I guess. Considering how many games. Yo, by the way, Last of Us, don't buy this. This game is getting just torn apart on PC right now. It's that's what we just read. Also, don't forget Chess Ultra and this like starter pack for World of Warships is only free for one more day. Then Tunchi will be available tomorrow. Okay, free games on Epic Game Store. That looks pretty cool. Here, I'll link it for you guys. That's the best. I hadn't seen a whole lot of video for that game yet. It looks pretty cool. Why Starfield is Xbox's most important game ever. Here's why. Oh my god, I'm not reading all this, dude. There's no way. I'm not reading all this, dude. I'll summarize this and I'll link it so you guys can watch if you want, okay? They've got some videos in here for the official gameplay reveal. We've seen that already. You know, they've got stuff in here for Hi-Fi Rush, which we played and is amazing. Elder Scrolls, which is going to be a couple years away at least. Elder Scrolls 6 anyways. Avowed win. You know what I mean? But so I'll just summarize this. It's not just that Starfield is Xbox's most important game ever. It's that it's so important in so many ways. How this game is received and the engagement that occurs will cause ripple effects. If it's bad, Bethesda's reputation is at risk. Bethesda's reputation has already been hurt, if you will. There's things that have happened to Bethesda that have already kind of made people a bit sketchy about their products, right? And I think I've been saying all along that Starfield is something that obviously there are a lot of Bethesda fans out there. There are going to be people that are absolutely hyped about this title. There are going to be people also that are in my situation that aren't as much hyped about Starfield as they are anticipating seeing what Starfield is like. Is it going to be a worthwhile Bethesda product like we used to get in the past, or is it going to be something more indicative of what we've seen of the recent Bethesda, which is like, meh, pass? That I think is where we're at right now with Bethesda. Are we going to get back to what Bethesda is known for, or are we going to be getting gross Bethesda, you know? The creation engine will continue to be questioned. Microsoft and Xbox will at least do a double take at their acquisition, and the future directions of Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 will be muddy. If great, though, Bethesda retakes their spot among leaders in game development, the turnaround for the creation engine will be praised. Microsoft and Xbox will feel validated on the cost of Bethesda, and we will all be patiently waiting to see how Bethesda incorporates certain groundbreaking concepts into Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5. There is a lot on the line when September 6th comes around this year. The writer of this article will be playing it whether it's good or not because they love Bethesda games and sci-fi is their jam. Whether or not it's able to attract the following Microsoft, Xbox, and Bethesda is expecting, however, is yet to be seen. Starfield is indeed Xbox's most important game because a lot of how we view the Xbox and Bethesda brands as a whole, as well as their future games, depends on it. Absolutely, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I expect that. But well, I mean, this is the thing for me, Cappy. This is the thing for me. That's one of those things about Bethesda that they're like iconic for, right? And that's why the Todd Howard thing. Oh, nice. I thought you would like that. I saw that and I was like, oh, I gotta shoot this to Cappy. So Todd Howard, the Todd Howard meme from back in the day of It Just Works. I mean, that's why Bethesda has become notorious for the like bugs in their games and stuff. And that iconic line from Todd Howard has become, synonymous with it. It just works. Even though it's like their games, they've had some amazing games, but they're known to be buggy, right? Yeah, it is almost seen as a feature. But this is my thing with developers, right? My thing with developers is like, I don't expect games to be perfect ever. And I can deal with certain issues or what have you, as long as on the whole a game feels pretty solid. And with Bethesda, I mean, what I would like to see is progression, as with all other developers. Get better, maybe not as many bugs. Yeah. Not quite to the extent of what we've become, of what Bethesda's been known for in the past. Get better. Don't make it as obvious. Don't make it as bad, So I think that's one of the big things for me is like, outside, in just respect to that potential, that specific, not potential, but that specific issue for Bethesda, and that they're just so known for the buggy wonkiness of their games, get better. I don't expect it to be perfect, but progress, man, Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think that, summarizing this article, it was written, this is about all we really needed to read. And I think they're right. It's, I think their reputation is definitely on the line here because a lot of people are kind of on the fence about Bethesda anymore. And they've kind of put themselves in the position that so many other big developers have in the past of, not being the same developer that we necessarily fell in love with at one point. And they've lost touch a little bit with the quality of product they had been bringing to the table. And so we're at a kind of juncture, here, or a fork in the road, if you will, where a lot of people are going to go, okay, here's your test, here's your test. If it's good, cool. We'll continue to be a part of this. If not, like it's, you're just kind of done with it, Yeah, I mean, it's. I agree. The part of it that is, I think, harmful is that it's immersion ruining. Um, Yeah, I mean, it's there are times where it can be funny. Like, I mean, I have plenty of look. I just played through the entirety of Witcher 3, and that game came out in 2017. So we're talking years and years and years later. I played the entire game, and it's still a hot, buggy mess, And Roach is atrocious, and that horse had so many bugs still. From what I understand, on release, it was asinine. That horse would fly around in the world and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But there were even some really funny bugs that happened while we were playing. Like, it would run around on its hind two legs, or like it was like crouched in like a pouncing stance at one point, like a tiger. There was all kinds of weird stuff that was happening. So sometimes it's funny, but at the same time, a lot of times what we're playing these games for is an immersive experience, right? And when things like that happen, it ruins that. So yeah, it can be funny at times, but it also breaks that immersion. And when you're involved in a gameplay, for a lot of people, that's what they're looking for, is that deep immersion. Yeah, I mean, you name it. There's all kinds of things that can happen, and it's not like Bethesda's the only company that's had these issues, but they are absolutely known for it, right? I mean, they are absolutely known for their games having buggy issues. That's like their MO, right? So, I don't know. I don't expect any title to be, without its issues or bugs or whatever, but I want to see progression. I want to see the developer get better, not regress and get worse. So that's my big thing. Can Bethesda get back into the good graces of a lot of people? I think that's what the big look at is here for Starfield is, for a lot of people it's not necessarily as much hype as it is anticipation of, what is Bethesda now, And we'll see. It's coming very soon. If you guys want to read this entire article, I'll link it for you. It was just a bit too long for our news segment, so but we got the gist of it here in the summary, so that was good. Fortnite update 24.10 patch notes, creative changes, and finally some decent arguments. The Fortnite update 24.10 patch notes have been confirmed, and there's some great news for one of this season's most lacking features. Fortnite's first major patch of Chapter 4 Season 2. Update 24.10 has been released following some server downtime. Epic has revealed the Fortnite update patch notes. They're a brand new set of augments and spring breakout quests. The augment system was introduced in Chapter 4 Season 1, introduced a system where players could select 4 perks throughout a match. However, the entire lineup was replaced entirely upon the launch of Chapter 4 Season 2 and has been terrible so far. It was a struggle to pick between certain augments in Chapter 4 Season 1. Now there are only 2 or 3 augments in Chapter 4 Season 2 that are any good at all. Also announced was the Spring Breakout Quest, which will last from 29 March until April 11th. These quests offer players the chance to nab some more experience towards their Battle Pass level, as well as some exclusive cosmetics like the Bloom Sack Back Bling. Jesus, say that 10 times fast. And Fresh Flyer Glider. All right. Fortnite update confirmed patch notes, new items, hill eggs, hop eggs, golden eggs. Unvaulted weapons, the egg launcher, charged shotgun, flint-knock pistol, new reality augments, the rail warrior, gopher broke, springtime blowout, aquatic warrior, and game times. Specialist characters, scout specialist, heavy specialist, supply specialist, and medical specialist. Some building and editing sensitivities, major bug fixes, fix an issue causing disabled zip lines. Another issue with kinetic blades knockback slash preventing owner from taking fall damage, and fixed an issue involving players being asked to install Save the World even if they already had it installed. Miscellaneous updates improved the handling turn radius of the rogue bike and tweaked the to reduce energy usage on PlayStation and Xbox consoles. There are also some Fortnite creative patch notes in here, other bug fixes, things like that. So, I think I hit the gist of it, but if you're a Fortnite player and you want all the patch notes, take a look at that article right there, okay? The Witcher news. Speaking of The Witcher, updates on Project Sirius. Are you serious? Here are the latest news and updates surrounding Project Sirius, one of the 3 upcoming projects for the Witcher series. Back in October of last year, CDPR announced Project Sirius, a game being developed by Molasses Flood. According to their tweet, the game is set in the Witcher universe and created with support from CDPR. What made this game unique from previous iterations of the game, however, was the fact that it offered multiplayer gameplay on top of a single-player experience, including a campaign with quests and a story. Previous Witcher games have always been single-player. As such, the possibility of a multiplayer game coming to this well-loved series was huge. However, it would appear that we will have to wait quite a while for it. In a recent regulatory announcement to investors released on March 20th, CDPR announced they would be establishing an impairment allowance with regard to expenses incurred in the scope of development work related to Project Sirius, which is under development at the Molasses Flood studio. For those not familiar with an impairment allowance, it is the best estimate of losses that a company or management will make on its loans. To simplify what their statement was saying, it would appear that the game development studio is spending a little too much. The decision was based on CDPR's evaluation of the scope of and commercial potential of the game. In light of this, they are now working on formulating a new framework for this project. In an interview with Eurogamer, they mentioned that they were making sure that the project aligned with the strategy of the CDPR group. When asked by Eurogamer for a comment regarding the project, CDPR declined to give a definitive statement. In short, Project Sirius has been pushed back. We don't know when it will come out, but once we have more information, we will be sure to update. Right now, we just have to wait until we get more info, guys. So that's it. But apparently, Molasses Flood was maybe going over budget. It seems like there, and CDPR was like, "Time out, yo." We're going to have to reassess here. So we'll see what happens with that. Nintendo emulator Dolphin is coming to Steam this year. The emulator can run GameCube and Wii games. Nintendo emulator Dolphin is coming to Steam this year. Though it's already available on its website for fans who don't want to wait. Dolphin is used to emulate Nintendo's Wii and GameCube consoles on PC, allowing fans to play a number of Nintendo games without owning their relevant console. However, as Dolphin's website points out, fans still require owning a copy of the game to play them legally. This is the big, fine print behind a lot of emulation, right? You're not supposed to be emulating games unless you already own a copy of that game in some form or fashion. Dolphin's newly launched Steam page reiterates that point, stating fans must own an original copy of any game you want to use with Dolphin. Dolphin Emulator is your one-way ticket to nostalgia if you're looking to relive classics from the big Nintendo's game cube-shaped and motion-controlled consoles. Continues the Steam page. Return to an era of gaming before the advent of microtransactions and experience a diverse library of thousands of titles that were released for these consoles over a span of 15 plus years. While the emulator is designed to make Nintendo's older consoles playable, it also advertises a number of modern-day quality of life features, including 4K res, networked multiplayer, and controller support. Check this out. What?
Hey!
Oh. Dude, they need to get voice acting in the Legend of Zelda games. It's lame. Like full voice acting, dude. Oh, cool. Yeah. Dude, this is like we watched half of this. I'll link it for you guys to watch the rest of it. It looks like from 4 to 5, they made some a lot of improvements. Dolphin can surpass the capabilities of the original hardware with enhancements like increased resolution, widescreen hacks, HD texture packs, and patches to increase the frame rate state of the development team. While playing a game, features like quick saves, save states, slow motion, and turbo can make playing through annoying sections a breeze. You can even take your favorite local multiplayer games online with Dolphin's built-in net play. Dolphin is already free to download it on its website. Will be launched on Steam in the second quarter of 2023. Like Dolphin's existing version, the software will be open source and free to download when it comes to Steam. Yeah, okay, cool, man. Neat. Look, I mean, we talk about it all the time, right? Video game history is very important, and the preservation of history is very important. Unfortunately, a lot of the developers don't do a good job at preserving that history, so it falls on a lot of the community to handle that kind of thing, and emulation is a great part of it. I don't think I'm not an advocate for emulating to get around having to pay for modern gaming consoles or software, but for the preservation of video gaming history, I think it's a fantastic thing. It's an actual critical part of maintaining video game history. So this looks really cool. It looks really neat. It's right there in chat if you need it. Last article I have, we'll move on to some Warframe today, okay? Let me know if you have anything else to add, and we'll discuss it before we move on, okay? Man caught obviously smuggling CPUs under his clothes. Wick said this was actually him. I heard under his shirt he has so many cores, like at least a 10-pack. Bro, this is what I need to do. I need to get my pack back by strapping cores to my belly. There's an old adage that says if you're going to do the crime, then at least try to be smart about it. That way, even if you get caught, you have a chance to come off as some sort of Ocean's 11 heist genius. As opposed to this guy who tried to get through Chinese customs with 239 Intel Core processors obviously strapped to his person. Chinese site Kui Technology has shared this Darwinian tale of one man's attempt to bring this cache of CPUs into the country. Close your eyes with me and envision for a moment. Whoa, whoa. What was that, dude? My bad, guys. Weird. Hold on. 1 second. I'll read this. Give me a second, though. Whoa. Okay. Let's just close that out real quick. That was odd. All right. We're good now. We're good. Close your eyes with me and envision for a moment that you're a customs worker at the Gongbi Port Passenger Inspection Hall. Your day has probably been pretty uneventful so far, but at about 20:10 p.m., you spot a man walking towards the gates. His large black clothing is comically oversized and bulges in clearly not human ways at the waist and thighs. You can see clear cornered shapes under the clothes, and the person inside of them seems excessively awkward. The man makes for the no declaration channel of entry. You nudge your coworker and say something along the lines of, "Are you seeing this?" in an incredulous tone. They are indeed seeing this and nod as such. You play rock, paper, scissors to decide who has to go talk to the man. You lose, and your night just got a whole lot more interesting. During the inspection, custom officers found a total of 239 fully packaged CPUs strapped to the smuggler's body. They were held to his waist, abdomen, and thighs with tape creating that wonderful silhouette that betrayed his efforts. The photos shared almost look more like someone strapped up with plastic explosives. So in reality, we're thankful they were just CPUs instead. The pics also reveal that at least a chunk of the CPUs are among Intel's latest offerings with the Core i5-13400F. These may be on the budget end when it comes to gaming, but they're easily one of the best on offer. Packs 10 cores at a very friendly price of under $200. If the bulk of the haul is around this price point, that's nearly $50,000 worth of product, assuming the cache didn't contain more expensive chips. No word on the punishment yet, but I'd wager this guy regrets his choice in airline attire. If you're in need of a new chip, we recommend checking out, they've got a list of the best CPUs for gaming to look at. Good reminder that you should always get your computer parts from a reputable source rather than risk getting someone's ex-mining rig or something smuggled poorly under some stranger's clothes. What the crap, dude? What is the situation in China that's making people have to smuggle these things like this? I didn't even know that this was a thing that was needing to be done here. That's crazy. Wow. If you need more, I'll link it for you guys. Craziness, man. Craziness. Them's the breaks, baby. That's the news. You guys rock. I appreciate you. Thanks for being you and being a part of this. Great news segment. We're going to move on and play some Warframe for the day. And then tomorrow we're going to play Dredge. Dredge looks cool. Lovecraftian, horror vibe, fishing, sea monster type game, dude. I don't know. It looks really wild. I'm excited about it. But I'm excited to play Warframe today too. So we'll get a good amount of Warframe in today. We'll have a fun time. But appreciate you guys. Thanks for doing what you do and being a part of this and just being the amazing people you are. So if anybody else is checking out this content later on as a VOD or any of the other content we have out there, we've got all kinds of stuff for other video gaming news segments, playthroughs of games that we've done, funny clips and highlights on the YouTube channel or on the Twitch channel. And if you guys are enjoying it, try to come hang out with us. We go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. We have a great time hanging out together, enjoying the world of video games, and we'd like to have more people come and experience what we do here with us. So other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for March 30th edition of Video Gaming News and the beginning of Dredge. All right?